Hey Spirit Gang, Golden here. I am just going to do a quick read for my fellow Gemini. I was guided to come on here and do a Gemini reading for the new moon in Gemini. So I'm just going to get right into it and we'll see what's happening. I'm going to go with traditional tarot. Hope everyone's doing well. I've been feeling really tired lately. I just feel like I've got so much energy running through me. I don't know if anyone else. Not only that, I've been channeling a lot of new energy since I started doing readings for the collective. But there's lots of stuff going on right now with the solar flares and the aurora borealis. You're supposed to be able to see tonight all over the world. The planet, Mother Gaia, is recalibrating. That's why you're seeing all of the earthquakes and volcano eruptions and things like that. A lot of energy from the collective is rising. So also with that, the planet is also in her healing and rising phase. So obviously she's going to be recalibrating just like the rest of us. And there is a new moon tonight. And I believe something about Jupiter too. Jupiter something. You'll have to tell me. I just remember something about it, but it slipped my mind at the moment. Thank you, Holy Spirit and Archangel Michael, for protecting and guiding this reading. Okay, Spirit, what kind of energy do we have for Gemini for the new moon? Ooh, I like it already. Okay, so new moon energy, that means new phases. We're being guided with the moon to let go of all of our, you see how that says Gemini? Anyhow, we're being guided to let go of what no longer serves us. I just did a reading and a lot of it is showing up that people are stepping into new timelines. A lot of people are doing healing and inner work, and they're able to manifest and pull in their new timeline. And so this year is the year of 8, so that doesn't surprise me that this came out too. And so by letting go of what no longer serves you, you're not getting stuck in another cycle. Because it's also the year of cycles. So you want to just be really mindful if you're still in a cycle that you really go inward and you know, give it all you can for yourself to make sure that you don't get stuck in a reoccurring cycle, because this year is a loop. It's the year of 8 and it's going to be like a permanent loop. So it's just really important to make sure that you're letting go of what no longer serves you, so you can step into your newer, higher timeline. And it looks like this timeline is going to be big for people. If you see here the 10 of Pentacles, so these certain collective that I'm connecting with, they're doing like a complete 180. If you see the difference. That means that you've been putting in a lot of the work. If you're going from this experience, stepping into your new timeline, straight into the 10 of Pentacles. So the divine is granting a lot of wishes right now. And the universe loves when you choose self-love and self-healing. And so that's when they start to reward you with their magic. And not only that, it looks like maybe there could be a divine love involved, because you see a family here with the dogs and the child in the family all on the card. So not only when one person elevates their vibration, it's equal to like a million who can't. So not only are you doing this for the people closest around you, but you're doing it for the collective as well. And so the divine also rewards that. So this reading, I wanted to do a Gemini reading just before their season's over. I think there's like a couple weeks left. But also this could resonate for anyone just because it's the new moon in Gemini. But I will be putting Gemini in the title. Okay, what other energy can we get here? Yes, look at that, the Six of Pentacles. Just like I said, doing the healing work, and you're going to be able to uplift the ones closest to you. You're giving back to the collective when you decide to heal yourself. And not only that, by you healing yourself, the ones around you are healing too, because you're giving them the best version of yourself. And being around that energy, it causes triggers in people to take a look at themselves and heal too. And other people are going to want to know what you've been doing. 6 is the number of love, and that's what it's all about. It's about self-love and spreading love, because love is the highest frequency that you could be on. And the divine rewards self-love more than anything, because ultimately that's what it's all about. And to have those cards come out back to back, it shows, like, look at the difference. Like, this is why you need to step out of that time zone. Make sure you don't get stuck in that loop, because this looks like horrific compared to being in all of this abundance, your divine inheritance that is rightfully yours and can be yours as long as you're willing to let go of what no longer serves you, and face yourself and let go of all those fears of, I'm not good enough, or this will never happen to me. Because if you think that way, you're going to get stuck in that cycle. You got to think, I am worthy. I deserve all of this. The divine loves me. They support me. I am protected. I love me. I am worthy. And see how things start to change for you. Not only that, if you do this consistently, and if you catch yourself going in a negative vibe, just redirect yourself. Take a step back. Whenever I do that and I get frustrated, I literally talk to myself in my head, or even sometimes out loud. I talk to myself all the time. Just check yourself, you know, just be like, why did that trigger me? Or, you know, look at it from a different perspective. When you start to look at things from a different perspective and be like, well, maybe this isn't my energy. Maybe I'm reflecting someone else's energy. Or maybe there's some work I still need to do and that's why it triggered me. Or maybe I'm just holding on to a past trigger and I'm starting to slip back into my old ways. And just remind yourself how far you've come, and celebrate, congratulate yourself for all the work that you do, no matter how big or how small. It's always a step forward. And a step forward makes your current reality start to become this life that you have always been destined to live. You weren't destined to live this life. You were destined to live this life. And that's why your spirit guides are nudging you and nudging me to nudge you to make sure that you're doing everything that you can for yourself. Show up for yourself. Love yourself, so you can get what's rightfully yours. I could not spit that out. Okay, what else? Yeah, see, this is upside down. So this shows me, for me, I'm seeing the picture. So this being upside down, this means that you're leaving this. You're leaving this situation, and you're leaving this heartbreak. It's not looking like it's coming to you. I'm seeing it as this is what you're leaving behind. And that's why I put these cards behind these. So no negative self-talk. No, none of this like continuing to suffer and continuing to sit in your grief. Like, if you could learn a way to release and purge all of that energy and weight that you're holding on to, will ultimately lead you on a path to this. Okay, these were just upside down, but I felt like I accidentally did that, but that was a sign that I was supposed to take this card, which is another number 6. And I'm gonna take this next card as well. They were back to back. It was a sign. I didn't mean to pick up that upside down, but I don't believe in coincidences. And the reason I did take that card is because it's not a coincidence to me, because today is 6/6 and you're stepping into a new timeline. This is a new timeline portal, the 666 portal, and the last 2 videos I've done have been nothing about that. It's showing up in every reading. So, and this yes, 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 yes is the new timeline, and these no's are the old timeline. So, and I was only going to pull 6 regular tarot cards too, so this is perfect. So public recognition, victory, progress, self-confidence. Like I said, if you're living in that confidence of I deserve this, I am worthy, I am loved, I love me, I love myself, and you live your life in everything that is love, and it starts to show to everyone else what you're doing. Everyone starts to recognize what person you've become, which is actually who you were always meant to be, because you shed the weight of what no longer serves you, that was never yours to begin with. It was only lessons to turn into your blessings. And without these lessons, without these hardships that you had to go through, I know that it hurts and it's hard, but once you get on the other side and you push yourself as far as you can to get to the other side, you'll realize one day, and you'll be grateful, you know, that you didn't stay in that situation. That's another way to look at it. You could have been still in that situation, and we don't want you to be in that situation. We want you to be in the best situation possible, so you should want that for yourself too. And it looks to be like it is the top of the top. It's going to be way better than just thinking you're doing a 180. It'll be more than you can possibly imagine. Everything that you dream of, it'll be more. And you're going to be so proud of yourself one day when you look back and all of a sudden you're in this space and you're no longer in this space anymore. And you're not going to think of that as a hurt or a grief or a suffering, because look at everything that it brought you. And then the last card here, I did say that this looks like a family, so you could be also bringing in a divine partnership, or you could be bettering your partnership because you are bettering yourself. So if you're already in a marriage and a family, the best thing that you can do for yourself is do all the healing and give all the self-love, because ultimately that's what you're going to be giving to your family, is the best version of you. And that's the highest form of love that you could possibly give to anyone besides yourself, along with yourself. So I did say, and it could be a new love too. You could be in a separation, or you could just be magnetizing in your person, and then that ultimately will cause you to have this perfect family. Nobody's perfect, but in the eyes of love and like your family, and you know what I mean. It's better than what you dreamed, this family, because this card here says celebration, joy, harmony, marriage, home, community, homecoming. So what it is you're coming in, you're stepping into a homecoming, coming back to where you were always meant to be, with your divine love, divine inheritance, just living the ultimate life, which is why this portal is really important, that you don't get stuck in a loop. And if you're still doing that inner healing work, that's nothing to be worried about. As long as you are working on self, the divine is watching and the universe is watching, and you are protected. So there's no need to worry. There's no need to rush. Just focus on what you can do today. It's just a portal today that is a good time to set good intentions for what you want for yourself and where you envision yourself. Okay, I'm gonna pull a couple cosmic insight cards. Okay. Spirit, can we get any insight for Gemini and the new moon in Gemini? Okay, so I'm not getting anything about gambling in this, although maybe it is something that somebody had an issue with that was toxic in their life, getting rid of. But for me, instantly what is standing out to me in this card is by releasing control. Releasing control, you're gambling. You're just trusting within the divine that. So when you make a bet, you're going in blindly, not knowing what you're going to get, basically. And what do you really have to lose? You know what I mean? So you're willing to release all control and trust in the divine, thinking that you're gonna win in this life, and that's, you know, ultimately how you are going to win, because you trust your intuition and you trust your guidance and you're trusting and loving yourself. So I believe that by releasing control and stepping into the unknown is ultimately going to bring your divine inheritance, rather than just expecting it without doing any work or questioning it. You're just leaping into blind faith. You're surrendering, basically. Or it could be something that you were stuck in before and you don't want to get stuck into that loop. So by changing your perspective and looking at it as, well, if I get rid of this situation, then I could, you know, it couldn't get worse. It can only get better, type thing. Or if you don't try at all, then you could get stuck in a loop and then have to have a tower moment again, if you know what I mean. Okay. Can we get any other insight for Gemini and the new moon in Gemini? Spirit, can we get any more insight for Gemini or the new moon in Gemini? Woo! Look at that. Just like I called it. This card does have a misspell. I do know that. But I just felt called to do a reading for Gemini and the new moon in Gemini. So not only am I going to put that this is for Gemini, but also because of the new moon, it is going to be for all signs. As long as it resonates for you, but definitely for Gemini. I wasn't sure what I was going to do a reading for, and I didn't do a meditation prior, so I saw Gemini in my head, and I was thinking the Gemini season's almost over, and I really wanted to get a reading out for my fellow Gemini. So here it is, double confirmation. And this card keeps coming out in all my readings, that it does take time. So it's really important to stay grounded and stay in the current moment, not to force anything, not to always be rushing, like not to always be looking for your abundance, not to always be looking for a check in the mail or expecting something to happen. But as long as you're focusing on self and self-love and not checking, like if you are in a separation or something like that, that you're not pushing love to come to you, because in that case you most likely are pushing the wrong situation. You're not letting the divine handle it. You're not surrendering it all to them if you're not letting go of control, and just being patient, because these things do take time, and there's a lot of work that's being done in the background that you don't see, like the divine and your guides working. And not only that, is that your partner or the situation that may bring you abundance, maybe it's a new job, maybe that new job is on a timeline that you just need to be patient for, and the reason you haven't heard for it yet is because the position's not available, or you haven't come up with that epiphany that brings you your abundance yet. But as long as you're patient and you stay in your creative mode and you stay stress-free and anxiety-free and fear-free, these things will just naturally fall into your lap. So patience is really key. So this is just a reminder that it does take time. It doesn't happen overnight, but all you can do is focus on what you can do in one day and your current situation, and just, you know, focus on being the best version of yourself, because that part of us is a forever thing that we'll always be working on. But like I said before, I mean, it can't get worse. It only gets better when you're working on self and loving self. Okay, I will do 3 love messages since it did pull up this divine love blessing in here. And then maybe an advice card before I close the reading. And I just looked on the bottom of the deck as I just shuffled it. And it did say soulmates, so soul connection, partnership, soul contract, life partner. And ultimately, it looks like that is part of your abundance that you will be magnetizing in as long as you're willing to surrender and let go of all that no longer serves you. Okay. Spirit, what can we get for Gemini and the new moon in Gemini? Healing heart. Yes. So, healing heart. So, by healing your heart and being patient, this is, like I said before, how you're going to bring in this new timeline. And this says hammer. So, what I'm getting from it instantly is that letting go of this situation, not getting stuck in this loop, is how you're able to rebuild and repair what was, you know, what was rightfully yours to begin with. And not only that, it looks like a ring here. So it could be like a gift from the divine or a ring from your partner, a future spouse. That's beautiful. Okay, let's get one oracle card. For advice. Yes. Death and rebirth. So by stepping into this new timeline, you're going through a major death and rebirth, like I said, because this is the year of cycles and which cycle you're stepping into. So by letting go of this, you're stepping into a rebirth. And if you look, it looks like he's being reborn into a blooming flower. So you're blossoming. You're reinventing yourself. You're being who you were really meant to be, and not all that weight and heaviness and generational stuff that was passed down to you, or stuff that you know, that attached onto you throughout the years, ways of thinking, or just anything negative. So this is how I've been saying this entire time and the past few readings. This is the 666 portal, and this is how you're ultimately alchemizing and creating your new reality. I hope you all enjoyed this reading, and I hope it was able to help those that it reached. Please do like, comment, share, subscribe. I cannot talk today, so maybe if someone's coming out and giving you some communication that they're just struggling over the right words to get to you, because I've been stumbling this whole entire reading. And so that's another reason to be patient, because you're waiting for your divine partner to be ready ultimately, because they're struggling with what to say to you, and that'll pass. However, like I was saying, if you could go ahead and like if this resonated for you, comment, let me know, share, subscribe. I do appreciate your support. I do offer personal readings for more personal insight. All the information will be listed below. And happy new moon in Gemini, everybody. Love you guys. Bye.